If you went to any child in America today and asked them what they wanted to be when they grew up, an overwhelming majority of them would say they wanted to be an influencer. Over the years, YouTube and other social media sites as a whole have grown to a point where it is a legitimate career option for many people. The job itself is also very enticing, with the option to work on your own schedule, the possibility to make crazy money, and then there is the perk that is the main driver for many people. Having online clout is very appealing for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people across the world, with people striving to be the next PewDiePie or MrBeast. However, in their pursuit of clout, many people will go to insane lengths to gain a following. Whether it is petty crime or saying some of the most deranged statements on the internet, people will do anything for their 5 seconds of fame. With the way algorithms work on many of the modern sites, especially TikTok, it supports these small trends on the platform. Now, not all of these trends are bad, and there have been some that have actually made some legitimate change and or opened some people up to an idea, but for every yin there is a yang. With the hyper-competitive space of these sites, it leads wannabe influencers to have to strive to make something original and attention-grabbing. This has led to some of the most infamous trends to circulate on the internet. A prime example would be the devious lick. I'm sure for many it needs no introduction, but for those who are uninformed, here's a breakdown. The devious lick is a trend that started at the start of September 2021, and it entailed taking something from your school. The video that it originally started the trend blew up, and with that, many people sought to capitalize on the success of the original. Very shortly after the original, another video in the devious lick trend went extremely viral, garnering 7.2 million views in just 2 days. This would again lead to many more people to continue and perpetuate the trend. It started off small, with people just taking things like masks and hand sanitizer, but quickly moved to kids trashing entire restrooms, stealing stuff like soap dispensers, unbolting toilets from the floor, and stupid shit like that. There were many videos of schools condemning this behavior, and many went as far as to not allow kids in the bathroom without like an administrator or an adult present. This has also led to some of the most bizarre school announcements I've ever heard.
We do not have the resources to call each of your parents and tell them what you're doing. So, from now on, we will be removing the doors from the hinges on the bathrooms. Girls and boys, this is completely unacceptable, and this is the only recourse we have.
This trend would end up making national news.
Another viral TikTok trend going in the wrong direction. It's happening in our local schools.
So this trend, you might have heard of it, it's called devious lick.
But more importantly, it got the attention of the small commentator community.
What's good, you lot? Welcome back to Lowest Class Channel, and today we're going to be talking about the latest TikTok trend.
This led to the overall view of the trend being shaved in the public light, and just a couple weeks after its inception, TikTok would ban the devious lick videos. This would obviously be met with resistance from the somewhat devious audience at the time, but as the ban waves perpetuated, the trend died down. In those 2 weeks, however, there were hundreds if not thousands of videos posted to extreme virality. Even after the bans, kids would not only risk their account, but their financials and their future possible careers just for an inkling of clout. What many of these people would fail to realize, however, is that the devious lick videos were a one-off type of video. Like all trends, if you posted a video at the right time during the devious lick trend, you're bound to get some views, especially on a platform as large as TikTok. However, trends are what they are. They're short-lived, and especially in short-form content, it's hard to keep those viewers coming back unless you offer something original. This is going to be a common theme with these absurd TikTok trends. Stupidity also seems to be a common trend with them too, as the idea of content seems to get more and more skewed. Another popular trend in the TikTok community was the milk jug challenge. Now, if you're a cultured individual such as myself, you may think that this would involve something similar to like how they did in a regular show, where someone would chug an entire jug of milk. If you thought it was something remotely close to that, I'm sorry to say that you're mistaken. The milk jug challenge involves going to your local supermarket, navigating your way to the dairy section, grabbing a milk jug, and then chunking it on the floor as hard as you possibly can. I personally don't see how this is remotely funny at all. It's just kind of a waste of perfectly fine milk, and all for what? Just some internet views? The idea of having clout is so appealing to people that it makes them act like legitimate toddlers on camera. Have you ever met a sane person who just goes and smashes milk jugs at the store for fun? I just don't get the mentality here. It's just like, I'm gonna risk getting banned from the store or a possible charge against my name for 50,000 TikTok likes. I mean, just look at this real quick.
Gallon smashing prank.
Oh my god. Bro, get up, bro. What are you doing?
This dude is making a legitimate scene for his shitty TikTok, inconveniencing not only the workers who had to clean up after him, but also the people he had worried about him with his ridiculous falls. This is one of many people who makes absolutely S-tier content like this, and it again shows that clout will make people do absolutely absurd things. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more crazy, someone hands you a plate of NyQuil chicken. NyQuil chicken is exactly what it sounds like, chicken boiled in NyQuil. Yet again, this has become another extremely stupid trend to plague the internet. Not only is it stupid, but it's also incredibly dangerous. And with the trend becoming so mainstream, it prompted the fucking FDA to make a statement. People were so hellbent on becoming internet famous, they are literally willing to risk their health for it. And this is an extremely dangerous idea for people to have. But yet again, I mean, if we look at the numbers, people doing stupid shit like this is extremely popular. People will flock to make videos on popular trends even if it means just a little inkling of success, no matter what. Kids got in trouble at the schools and it didn't deter them. People have been arrested for doing stupid shit like the milk jug challenge, but it doesn't deter them either. As long as there's a road to the fame, people are going to take it. Being a menace to society isn't the only way to gain yourself a following. Many people have also garnered a respectable following by doing the exact opposite, or so they'd like to think.
It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you.
If you want to find some of the most clout and power hungry people on the internet, you need to look no further than Twitter. Twitter is full of some of the craziest people with the craziest takes. Let's take someone like Taylor Lorenz for example. I'm sure many of you had heard of her from one or another of her terrible takes. She is commonly seen as a perpetuator of cancel culture, and her unprovoked attacks on many creators have proven this. Take MrBeast for example. Taylor Lorenz has written several articles coming after MrBeast. Now if there were legitimate claims to be made, then it's fair to write an article, but reading all these articles, it's clear what they really are. Most of the articles paint MrBeast as some sort of corporate mastermind who works his crew day in and day out, and the ones that aren't doing that are dragging his reputation through the mud by digging up old tweets.
Bruh.
There's obviously some sort of agenda she is trying to push with these articles, because again, looking at the articles, they are full of baseless claims and shoddy evidence at best. There's a very clear picture she tries to paint with the information she has. Like, how do you try and turn him giving $100,000 to his mom as a thanks for raising him into something nefarious? And of course it just so happens to be the most popular creator on the site that you try and make your hit pieces on. Yeah right, I'd like to see you donate all your profits, Taylor Lorenz. It doesn't end at mid-journalism however, as anyone who criticizes a popular creator on Twitter seems to get some sort of clout. Look at something as seemingly as child-friendly as Minecraft, and Twitter has made it one of the deepest cesspools on the internet. The lengths people will go to expose other people for clout is absolutely ridiculous. It goes from pretending to be offended at anything you can find even remotely offensive, to spending hours of your time scrubbing through someone's entire internet footprint to find an uh-oh moment. Dream is an incredibly popular creator, and with that he has had many controversies. There is one in specific that stands out to me as absolutely absurd, and you'll see why. So, in a Manhunt video, Dream used a Native American song called Navajo Race, which seems fine considering the vibe he was trying to put off in that section of the video. Of course, leave it up to a random Twitter user to find something wrong with them using the song. I love how they word this too. They act like they're doing us a favor and they kind of give us just like a history lesson on how it's so offensive that he's using a song in a video. I can assure you that the original tweeter doesn't really care at all about the music, considering the response after Dream ended up apologizing. In response to Dream coming up with, just a pretty standard, save my ass apology, she responded with, "Y'all really let a white man ratio me?" That just to me seems like someone who is upset they didn't get to fuck up someone's career, and they really just seemed more concerned with the amount of likes they got on the post rather than making an actual change, which is honestly pretty typical for Twitter users. This isn't even scratching the surface of the antics Twitter users get up to. How else would it gain a reputation for being such a cesspool of toxicity? From canceling comedians' old jokes to bullying anybody with a differing opinion, Twitter has it all. And if the last 2 years have been anything to go by, it should show that Twitter is no place for humor. For example, Turkey Tom is a popular commentary YouTuber, and his girlfriend made this joke post on Twitter. Now before we go into this, I just want you to look at the joke, and I want you to really think about it. Is it that bad? I personally really don't think it's that bad, but let me just show you a compilation of people reacting to it.
Good host Bath, I dare you take a long walk off cliff. Shut the fuck up, cis woman. Fuck you, I bet your family tree is a fucking circle. I hate you. This is a cis woman and her white nationalist. I am going to kill you.
This is what people are willing to say for approval and likes. I mean, it's legitimate death threats, all for pointless numbers on a screen. With the perpetuation of the online era, people wanting to reach the top of the follower count is only natural. It's only human to strive to be the best. However, the pursuit of clout leads people to do some pretty crazy and unreasonable things. Some people are willing to risk it all just for their 5 seconds of fame, and other people are willing to tear others down just to reach the top. At the end of the day, the people who make the content worth watching will be the ones who thrive. Anyways, that's all I have. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing with the bell. It would help me out a lot. And if you watched this far, I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Until next time.